Go-Ten, get a load of this.
Yeah, man, we back, y'all. I appreciate everybody who be rocking with us. Uh, y'all know, man, we Dragon Ball Super coming back is something we already knew. We happy, we celebrate it, we excited. Uh, but all things, in all honesty, we knew this was coming. I'm not surprised, not for a second. Um, I always knew Dragon Ball Super was coming back. It wasn't even up for debate. The fact that the manga is continuing means that the anime is money to be had from that. So it was always set in stone. The manga continues, therefore the anime it's money to be capitalized off of. If you don't think that, and it's not even just about money. This is the natural order of things, right? When you we get to see it on paper, after you see it on paper, you're excited to see it actually animated. That's just how it works, right? Yeah, to see a variation, there is some excitement from seeing something in the anime and then waiting to see it in the manga because it's like I wonder what'll happen in this. But as far as seeing it visually, right? If you read something, seeing it visually, it's like if they come out with a book, if they come out with a comic, if they come out with a manga, that leaves the door open for a movie because people will be excited to see those pages actually realized. Um,
Not bad.
So it was really the delusional thought processes. And it was extreme desperation and cope from the people who claimed that it was never returning. I mean, they claimed it was never returning, but I said all along, hey, you're gonna look stupid. Like there are still people to this day still saying that Dragon Ball Diamond doesn't connect to Super. And when you see him pop out Super Saiyan 4, like it ain't nothing. Everybody's gonna go nuts and gonna be happy, and you're gonna move on to the next lie. But we're not subscribed to that. We knew you was lying in the beginning. We already won. We don't see the thing is they think that if they delay, if they pretend that they don't think it's the end, they think that we continue to keep competing. It's not a competition. It's like people are honestly laughing at these dudes. Honestly, just clowning them. Was always clowning them. And then when it came back around, it's like you expect me to be mad because you chose to say something that we warned you was gonna make you look stupid eventually. You ain't got nobody to blame but yourself for that. And it turned into a point where in order to, I think, in order to deny or even try to make some of the arguments that they was trying to make with Dragon Ball Super, literally just forcing it down their throat, like forcing the truth, forcing them to swallow the truth. I think that they already had to be a specific type of delusional person. Um, they already had proven themselves to be massively delusional, and it's embarrassing to see somebody try to run certain excuses. And I know this is an extreme, this is an extreme situation, but it's like you ever seen somebody get caught cheating and try to make an excuse for why they just got caught? Like what do you mean? Like you clearly were engaging. Like uh it's that bad to where it's so embarrassing that
Yes.
even out from the gate, off the bat, to make these arguments feels as if okay, you already embarrassing yourself. So when it comes back around, it doesn't surprise anybody that they're so that these niggas is getting this mad. That these niggas is come on, man. Fly out, you take pictures, thumbs down next to Super Saiyan Blue model, all types of stuff. It's like you run the risk of possibly offending people out there because they like, what is he calling it lame? What is it? No, he just don't like Super Saiyan Blue. Oh, okay. Yeah, he like GT. Oh, okay. Right, but sometimes you can see. Sometimes a person ain't gonna tell you. Like if you see a person that's upset because he lost, even though he was talking that hot shit, and fully engaged. When he loses and he's not happy about it, he's really irritated that he lost. Do you really expect him to just tell you like, "Oh yeah, I'm just being a sore loser"? No, it comes out sounding different than that. So I started making it content to actually look and to actually see, like, oh, I get it now, right? And I think from there, it was just so many people spazzed out. Come on, man. The BBL brothers spazzed out. The BBL brothers, they spazzed out. Omari spazzes out. But that's too, the other stuff, that's to a massive extreme. Um, but really, I focused on actual examples in my content of people doing this. I found Carthu expressing it. There's different ways people express it. You might just find them coming back and explaining how the series should have just stopped right here. But here's the thing, though. When people say that, this is like saying, let's say you're watching the sport. Two people getting it in. They in the ring. All right, they in the ring. So it's a combat sport. And at one point, one dude is winning. And they like, cool, his team is happy. But after that point, other dude turns the tide and starts dominating long enough for dude to be totally embarrassed by. His team really wishes that the fight was just called before that happened. That's all it is. You wish that they stopped the fight before you found out the truth of what would happen. The truth of what would happen is you would be left extremely upset as a Dragon Ball GT fan, as a Dragon Ball Super hater, because at the door, to hate on Dragon Ball Super meant saying certain things that later got clapped up, that later got proven false. Am I bugging? That's the way I see it. That's the way it displays itself. That's not even the way that I see it now that I think about it to that degree. That's just how it displays itself. You know? And it's wild to think that people would do this and not want you to express, hey, like they just want to call you the fan dumb and call you stupid nonstop and then get mad because you like, nah, I watched this because this, that, and the third. And when we really think about the conversations, like at one point in time when I first found out about who Battle Memes by Omari was, I didn't know not to take him seriously. I approached it like, oh, let's see what he got to say. But then eventually it just became clear to me, man, this guy he's really mad. He's mad at the franchise. Then one day I saw like, man, he's mad at Toriyama too. Like, I'm not making this up. From there, I just started noticing it was a lot more common than what I had originally believed it to be. Ooh, caught me. Yeah, so Dragon Ball Super coming back with the remaster. That's the remaster itself is actually dope. Man, I'm looking back at Dragon Ball Super, like I said, because they had such stressed, time. It was the animation in the beginning is ass. We we know that. We know the animation in the beginning of Super was ass thing. That's why I said the animation is ass in Super. It's ass in Super. All right. But they didn't have a lot of time to make their episodes. I believe this is why they did the retelling of the Battle of Gods arc and the Frieza arc. Low expectations. People really didn't want to see that again. It was like, as soon as we get through this, the better. Plus, nobody expected them to exceed the movies in, production value, like in like how much they spent toward it or how good it looks, because those are the movies. So low expectations as far as that. Cool. I think they was working toward giving themselves enough time where they could start developing these episodes decently. But until that happened, because it did eventually happen, but it'll still be dope to see things produced. Like, for real, some of the shots that we saw might continue to get work done on them. Like, there's really no telling what's coming as far as the remaster, but I'm excited about it because, yeah, we all know that the beginning of Dragon Ball Super's animation was ass. They barely had any time to come up with those episodes. Battle of Gods, Revival of F kind of gives them the time and the low expectations. We know damn well it's not going to come out looking better than the movie. We know they're not going to spend more money on those arcs in the anime than they did on the movies. Like, that'd be insane, right? So low expectations, plus everybody really didn't even want to see them retellings, gives them the slight advantage in time where they can start developing the episodes with satisfactory animation. So it starts improving later on. And eventually we start seeing, and that's another thing. Dragon Ball Super Broly, the movie, that's Dragon Ball Super. It has revolutionary animation. Like, when it comes down to the way things look, Dragon Ball Super has the best highs out of everything. It's not Dragon Ball GT. Dragon Ball Super has the absolute best highs out of everything. There's nothing in GT that looks better than Dragon Ball Super Broly. That looks better than the best animation in Dragon Ball Super. It doesn't. It doesn't. And I mean, Dragon Ball GT also had its cornball animation. After all of that time, Bob Miller says after all these years, they just give fans a remastered 6 episodes. Well, the thing is, man, I'm still excited to see what it'll look like if they actually had the time to work on it. And it's not that they just gave us a remaster. It's not. We still got the continuation coming. They also promised us before that it was probably going to be a movie every other year or so. So it's like they're doing everything. We got the manga. We now got the continuation. We got the remaster. They've been doing movies. So there's only been an increase where I think people are so used to saying that they're not giving you what they want that they really didn't know what to say when this happened. They tried it again, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work to say, oh, well, all they gave us was this. No, they gave you everything they've been giving you and more. Yeah, he beat my ass. Let's get him off. We're going to buy some time. Damn, they revenge countering they ass off. He gonna do it again. Oh, yeah. So Dragon Ball Super it's doing way more than GT ever did. It's doing way more than anything ever did. They giving us movies, canon movies. and in movies that actually matter to the story moving forward. Before they just whip up something, toss you something, talk about Z Broly. Everybody was like, "Whoa, Z Broly!" I'm like, "Z Bro, how the hell he get off that planet? He ain't got no oxygen out here." Yo, Broly don't eat. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. How Z Broly get off that planet? He didn't have no oxygen out there. Yeah, and sometimes they was just whipping stuff up in the old movies. They actually giving us movies at this point, movies that actually matter to the story. Didn't he be actually going into a different layer and teaching us things behind the scenes that we didn't know? Sometimes that's what the manga's line establishes. Before, when it was neck and neck, like Tournament of Power, they just had to make whatever changes just so that it wasn't copy and paste the same thing. Like, we didn't sign up to just watch the exact same thing. We just watched the episode twice, right? So they switch it up then. But when it's one after another, it seems that what they actually do is keep make stuff that's inclusive of both lines, but just teach us conversations and different things that either we didn't see before, or they emphasize the clarifications. Like, the manga emphasized it clearly. Beast Gohan struggled with Cell Max, who, like Toriyama said, Cell Max ain't even weaker than Broly was. Cell Max ain't even as strong as what Broly was in the movie. Von Miller says, well, the manga is on pause and don't know when we get in the anime Moro arc. Fans have to, well, it's been announced, right? Don't matter. It's been announced. After all the time of people saying that it wasn't coming back, when it gets announced, to switch immediately to, well, when, would be disingenuous, to be asked. The fact that people are even asking, well, when's it happening? The fact that they're even asking that now after literally saying that when it was happening, like, they said that question wasn't valid. They said it was never happening, that it was never returning. So to see people now saying, when's it happening? Don't know when's it happening. It's happening, though. So if they ain't said when it happened, then essentially what they did was came out and told everybody, man, shut up. It's not ending. It's coming back. Right. So the remaster is dope. The remaster will allow us to, they letting us know. And then this is the thing. The continuation will have equal or greater animation than the remaster. Like, this, they leveled up and they're bringing everything up. They like, nah, we're not going to play Super. Now the original Super can be looked back at like, look at how this looked before. And Dragon Ball Super fans can now sit up and laugh at the shortcomings of the animation before as we see what it is now. Like, meanwhile, all of the haters are sitting back going insane because everything they ever took shots at, Toriyama made sure to clap up. Daima 2, 20 episodes included to destroy the Super Saiyan 4 fans for thinking that they could say it was comparable to Blue or anything. He said, nope, we gonna come up with a story in 20 episodes that depicts that right there is underneath this. And you want to know what they did? Go ask Shavar Matner. Shout out to Shavar Matner. I ain't got nothing against him personally as a man. They tried some bull on me, but you know what I'm saying? This is like, let's go. Bob Miller saying Moral Arc is pre-production, though. To what extent, we do not know. But to the extent that they felt comfortable letting us know, it's coming. Now, here's the thing. Once again, for people who told us it was never happening, they laughed, they called us stupid, they said it wasn't happening, they said Dragon Ball Super fans were sad, they announced it's happening. And guess what? They announced that it's happening. They announced that the remaster is happening. They announced that everything is still moving. This means, and there was never any announcement that it wasn't happening. That was y'all. So who cares? Pre-production, in pre-production, right? It don't matter. The funds that they have to make something happen, You know, the funds that they have, the fact that it's a remaster indicates it will not be released on grounds underneath the quality that we want to see. So the same way, and we saw what they did with Dragon Ball Super Broly. The same way they got that type of animation, they can apply to this is going to be the best. There is not going to GT is going to. This is another thing that we got to talk about because we ain't addressed it yet. Dragon Ball GT will pale in comparison to this animation. Yeah, Dragon Ball GT is going to pale in comparison to this animation. Dragon Ball GT will never have anything on par with the animation that's going to be in this remaster or in the continuation. There is literally nothing that Dragon Ball GT fans can say anymore whatsoever. Excuse me. Excuse me. To be honest, this ain't a war that super fans started. When it between GT and Super, it's not a war super fans started. Think about it. GT was all the way back in 97. You do not start a war with something that ain't even around no more. That was the GT fans who were like, shoot, let us step up and talk about this. And nah, this was still better in Super Saiyan 4. And it's like, I think the choice to make Gogeta's, or excuse me, Super Saiyan 4's hair that reddish hue, I think the idea behind that was Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I feel like Toriyama felt like it would be a letdown to just do it on the same tier of power as Super Saiyan 4 and GT. I feel that he wanted to do it a tier above GT Super Saiyan 4. And that's the reason why, if anything, it looks similar to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. That transformation tapped into that form of Super Saiyan 4 tapped into just a Goku or just a Vegeta on characters that were already outdoing GT's feats. So Toriyama definitely chose. He told us, like, he chose Super over GT. When I look at Super Saiyan 4 and Daima, I see a variation. I see a resemblance to the power that was in Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in GT. Not normal Super Saiyan 4. I see the Super Saiyan 4 that Gogeta had, which is obviously superior to normal Super Saiyan 4 of Dragon Ball GT. Yeah. And Dragon Ball GT fans used to come up with logic and stuff like this all the time. Just come up with stuff on their own and just be like, we think. They didn't like when I thought that. They didn't like when I was like, remember Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta? His hair was like, they was like, no, shut up. Huh. They was like, no, shut up. That stuff's weaker. I'm like, nah. If y'all keep talking about, they talk a lot about how they took inspiration or this is a play off of this. Okay, so use that same logic and say that it's a play off Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's transformation. Say that. No GT fan has said that. They was hoping nobody would come up with that. They was hoping nobody would see that connection. Toriyama steadily raising the bar. There's no reason for us to do that again. We raised the bar over it. Now, Bob Miller says, if GT is so terrible, fans need to stop hyping up its ideas in Super. Here's the thing, though. GT don't have ideas. Toriyama got ideas that he allowed Dragon Ball GT to borrow for their non-canon, non-existent story. Okay? Everything Dragon Ball GT had was assembled using a playset that Toriyama had in his house, in his room, that he opened the box of and said, hey, you can play with these. However, this is not the official. This doesn't go in the official story. This don't go in the official town. So Dragon Ball GT don't have nothing of its own, right? So when Toriyama say, I gave them the allowance to play with this idea. Here's how it's done in the story. That's not existent. That don't work. Here's what Super Saiyan 4 actually is. Here's what canon Super Saiyan 4 would be. And it would be stronger than what you saw in Dragon Ball GT. However, the truth of it, the truthful representation is that it pales in comparison to Super, right? It pales in comparison to Super. I mean, but when we look at GT fans, Dragon Ball GT fans was doing that a lot. You know what I'm saying? Dragon Ball GT fans was coming up with ideas a lot. Like I heard people saying, well, Shinron called himself the god of destruction. The god of destruction. Okay. And did you go to a different did you meet anything about the hierarchy and did they validate anything about Nope. So everybody just spams the same combo and think they're good. Actually, man, I'm a little bit distracted by talking at the same time, but and I'm in the mission 100, but I can try to get it in real quick. I can show you what the combos look like because I wasn't satisfied with how I was playing either. I was getting my ass beat, bro. But these mission 100 dudes be trying to bring you to smoke. So sometimes, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to do what I was trying to do. But yeah, anyway, though, Dragon Ball GT fans been trying that trash since they gotta see what I'm saying when I go to talk and I go to get my ass beat, but we gotta do that. Dragon Ball GT fans been trying to do that off the bat. Don't work. Nah, I gets it in. So, that's what I'm saying, though. When it comes down to Dragon Ball GT fans, they be trying all types of. GT was trying to was trying to use certain things that they don't understand Dragon Ball. And they try to play it the safe route for people that don't actually understand Dragon Ball. What I mean is they chose characters for the main adventure that had zero chemistry. And not to build chemistry upon them neither, but just this awkward ragtag group of characters that ain't got nothing to play off of each other dynamic wise. You got Trunks, Pan, and Goku. They intentionally chose people that don't have no connection to each other. No Gohan and Piccolo, no Goten, Trunks, and Piccolo, because we trained under him a long time ago. No Vegeta with his son. No Gohan and Vegeta. No. They made sure that it was a group that, they didn't even want a Piccolo and Pan over there because, you didn't get no emotion. That's why when you watch Dragon Ball Super, it actually hits home because they give us what we wanted. If you think about GT, you didn't get what you wanted to see them older. You did not get what you wanted. You didn't get to see an adventure of Goku with Goten to see that dynamic of how that really would happen. You barely got to, they played it safe because they didn't understand the characters too well. That's a fact. So when Dragon Ball Super addresses something that GT was talking about, it's more so putting people in their place and teaching them something that they was, you hear a kid talking about something, they don't really know exactly what they talk about. You pull them to the side and you explain to them how it worked. If it's okay to explain to them, no, that works like this. And that's what Toriyama did for Dragon Ball GT fans and for all of us fans, because it sucks hearing people talk about something they have no idea that they're talking about. You want to try to explain it to them in a way that they won't get angry, lash out, or become spiteful. So what he did was trick your ass into watching Dragon Ball Daima. He tricked them into watching Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Daima, he knew y'all was gonna be mad about that. But he knew he would get GT's attention. And it did. Really. They were mad. They wouldn't have been mad. Like, look, it's a mix of emotions, which I called Omari out on it when the announcement for Daima first dropped. I told him because I think multiple steps ahead. So I was like, you may not realize it, but this was a checkmate on you, bro. You know, on one half, you may want to play it off as if you're happy, which, you know, because you like Super Saiyan 4, so you should be happy. And you're happy for a chance that something will happen that will allow you to say that this is stronger than Dragon Ball Super. You're hopeful, but you're also scared that it won't turn out that way. And you're also mad because, well, the thing is, it's canon now. Super Saiyan 4 is canon now, but you don't want it canon if it substantiates, if it proves, if they tell the truth that, hey, Super Saiyan 4 is weaker than all of this, then it proved you wrong on everything and you could have done without that. So you're seeing that. You're seeing that. He was scared. He didn't know how to react. He had to, at one time he was playing it off like he was happy. At one time he was playing it off like he was mad. He didn't know how to act. They had him they had that man twerking. He didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to handle the situation. He didn't know how to handle it. He didn't know if he should pretend to be happy to deny the people their satisfaction of seeing him rage. He didn't know if he should just go ahead and complain about it to invalidate that it's something that he thought was good. Because when you say that it's good and then you switch up and hate it, once you get proven wrong, it's like, where was the switch? That will also help me prove that you're just being a sore loser, right? So he's trying to, and it becomes a wall of different things. He gotta protect so many lies that he told. It beats him. It beats him. Outside of Beerus and Whis, what had Toriyama created that was his original idea? The entire franchise belongs to Toriyama. You may not understand that, but the entire franchise belongs to Toriyama. This is Toriyama's works. This is Toriyama's story. It don't matter if you come up with an idea. You got to run it by Toriyama to get it in the story. You have to be approved by Toriyama to get it in the story. To get Toriyama to confirm it, to get Toriyama to validate it, to get Toriyama, he got ultimate say over how anything worked in his story, and you know that. So you're not even coming to do work there unless you know that that's the case. That's like saying if you come to live somewhere and they say, hey, you got to pay this, that, or the third, and you say, hey, but you ain't even put me on a lease. You just got me living here with, ain't not just paying your bills, ain't not just paying your mortgage. Yeah, don't think about that. No, you thought about that. You knew when you got there that you was paying, you know what I mean? That you was paying the upkeep of somebody else's responsibilities. You knew already you was coming down there doing this underneath them. You had to ask to be there. So don't say what ideas had Toriyama created that were his own. I'll say Dragon Ball. I'll say Dragon Ball overall. Every name, character, everything that you used based on him allowing you to talk, based on him allowing you to do this. That's a fact. See, GT has nothing that it can try to claim, and that's the caliber of ungrateful fan that I think Dragon Ball GT, kind of spawned. These guys who so mad that they want to say Toriyama ripped off. No, Toriyama didn't rip you off. You not even supposed to be here. You should be kissing Toriyama's ass. Come on now. See, and that's what I'm saying. Once a person go to talking like that, whoo, they mad at Toriyama. That's what it means. See, I'm not making it up. GT fans find themselves getting mad at Toriyama. One, because he completely outclassed what it is that they like, which is his right to do so, of course. Two, because he alone was the person with the authority to tell you what it is about that show, about those elements, about all that. And he did that. He did that. This is why Akio Yoku knew to step out and say, in Toriyama's mind, all of these things are already established. And it's just about how we as the viewers find out about it. He says the reveal to these setups are important, which means to Toriyama, it was important how to tell us Vegeta had Super Saiyan 3 all through Super. Goku had Super Saiyan 4 all through Super. He's fine with doing these prequels to reveal certain things we didn't know. And that's what Dragon Ball Super is to End of Z, in case you're going to call me a liar. That's what Dragon Ball Super is to End of Z. We already went to End of Z, but now he's telling us a story we didn't know happened that gives us context to how much we didn't know. We had no idea Goku's rocking the power of gods in End of Z, which makes Oob like we had no idea Oob was going at a level of power like this, which means we had no idea, right? He did that with Kid Buu. Let me explain something. In Dragon Ball GT, they make certain statements that, hey, this guy's stronger than Kid Buu. But now those statements are invalidated as far as the canon is considered. GT didn't have the authority to use reveals, to use things that would later be clarified and revealed about the series, right? It's up to them to, so that's not a part of there. Kid Buu having God Ki and being way stronger than anybody had the ability to sense or understand, that's canon now. So they have no idea how strong Kid Buu was. This is why when they threw the spirit bomb at him, and it even fits in well if you remember that line of dialogue. Look, niggas logging out. It even fits well if you look at that line of dialogue when Kid Buu is transforming, and they like, it's hard to tell if he's getting stronger now or weaker. It's hard to tell if he's getting stronger now or weaker. So if Kid Buu had God Ki, Kid Buu was actually, canon Kid Buu was actually way stronger than GT ever knew or was ever able to play off of. Shit. That means that people in GT ain't really stronger than Kid Buu. That means people in GT ain't really strong. They didn't have the ability to make statements like that. They're not even stronger than Kid Buu. Ain't that crazy? And GT fans really get mad when they realize that, unlike them, when you make statements like that, they can't do nothing about it. See, GT fans were making statements that they felt like you couldn't do nothing about it, but then Dragon Ball Super kept addressing everything they were saying. For so long, people was like, yeah, that's still not better than Super Saiyan 4. And it got to a point where it was like, okay, bro, shut up, man. You're being a child, right? You're being childish about it, is what it turns into. Where a person just keeps repeatedly saying, no, Super Saiyan 4 is still stronger than Super Saiyan God. Then destroying the universe in one punch. Yup. Then training with Whis with Goku. Yup. Then getting Super Saiyan Blue. Yup. He can stack Kaioken. Yup. Still stronger. Blue Evolution, still stronger. And it just goes on, goes on, goes on, goes on. One transformation. Bro, shut your ass up. You know damn well because Toriyama's now telling you that's why he did Daima. That's why Akio Yoku stepped out like, hey, the reveals to these setups are massively important. All of this is already established in universe, meaning they did have Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 4. So Toriyama, what Bob Miller says, so Toriyama gets credit for, hold on, wait, what'd you say? I didn't actually get to see that. It jumped out of the way real fast, but anything in his franchise, he get credit for. You had to ask him about it. You had to be placed into a position. He gonna tell you what you can and can't do in his series. This is his series, and if he tell you that you can do something, it comes with the inherent law that what I say go about this. So if you did propose an idea to him before he approved it, he looked at it and told you this is where this would be. You had to go to Sensei Toriyama. You don't have nothing in the Dragon Ball franchise. You gotta thank Toriyama. Guess what? That's why the canon matters. The canon is the story he been doing. The canon is the story that we've been left plans for decades. He left plans for decades. So it is what it is. Toriyama made sure niggas would not be able to play around with plausible deniability and deny things that was already stated. He was like, no, shut up. I'm tired of you doing that. And after I pass on, you're not going to destroy my series. GT is not going to destroy my story. GT is not going to destroy my story. Guarantee he hated it. I guarantee he hated GT. And that when they say, oh, well, GT, this and that, yeah, they wanted GT fans' attention to get y'all around so that he could tell you all to shut up. I'm not making that up. Toriyama's like, shut up, bro. Y'all keep dissing me and dissing my story. GT actually spawned the most people, the most fans that hate Toriyama. Imagine that. Fans that hate Toriyama. Now, why would you be a fan of his series but hate him? Because eventually he was including things that you didn't want him to include and you started taking it personal. He said, well, what about his editors that make him change ideas while writing Dragon Ball? Do they get credit? His editors agreed to come down there to help him work on his series. They help him finish a product that he gets the credit for. And of course, Toriyama, you can be in the credits. You can be in the credits of people that I allowed to help out over here. But this is me. This is my movement. You follow me? This is my movement. The machines inside are mine. Okay, I can tell you could step over here and play at this machine that I own for a little bit. I can allow you to do that. So you see how confused GT fans are, that they can't comprehend that this is his franchise, that this is his story, and how they want to feel like he ripped off Dragon Ball GT. They made it necessary. Questions like these, in my opinion, made it necessary for him to craft up, for him to whip up them 20 episodes of Dragon Ball Daima and piss off more GT fans than we even knew existed. Because shit. all of that was fire to me, man. All of that was fire to me, man. Daima, it had a purpose. It united us. It didn't allow the haters to take over. The haters with plausible deniability that lied to the casuals. Casuals don't know how this happened enough to understand that there's a tier of GT fans that's just so damn mad about Super outclassing them that they intentionally lie. They lie so that the casuals step to it and believe it to spite the people who actually know the truth. The, hey, I'm amassing an army of people that, and it helps them live in their deluded little world where they don't have to acknowledge that they got beat. And I think that's massively corny. And since when was there an ultra difficulty? Hey, y'all, since when was there an ultra difficulty? Nah, y'all playing with me. Since when was there an ultra difficulty? Did that just happen? I don't know when that happened. Yeah, so, it's a lot of things that people don't seem to understand when it come down to Dragon Ball. But they understand, though, but they hope that you won't be able to follow them. They play so dumb in attempts that you'll make a mistake, that you won't follow them where they're going. Once you understand what they doing, why they doing it, you never fall for them tricks again. Omari will never trick a single person who has watched this content. He will never trick a single person. So is Daima confirmed to be canon? Yes, it is. It is confirmed to be canon. Since for me, canon doesn't matter. Well, this is the thing. I respect your opinion, but it don't make sense to say that canon doesn't matter. It does matter, right? If you're paying attention to the story, if you're watching the story, then you need to know what happens. What's watching a series of movies, whether it's the Avengers movies or whatever. And then they come out with a TV show and they say, hey, y'all, we want you to know this is actually canon. Everything that happens in this actually happens in that story, just so that you can keep up. You've been invested in watching this. It's a respect to fans for you to know what you watching. I mean, it's not even a respect to fans. This is basic. You're reading it. You want to know what page is next. So when a person tells you canon doesn't matter to me, no, it does. But you want us to believe that it doesn't matter. It matters, though. Canon is the story that we're following. If something didn't happen in the story, or it's not connected, or this ain't part of that, or it didn't actually happen, then we need to know that. Otherwise, we think Dragon Ball Evolution is, otherwise we're asking the question, hey, where does Dragon Ball Evolution fit in Dragon Ball Z? I'm not seeing Dragon Ball Evolution in Dragon Ball Z. Is that episode 100? That's how disingenuous I was just asking that question. That's how disingenuous the question of, well, was this canon matter for? That's what that is. That's exactly what that is. When I say, can you tell me which episode of Dragon Ball Z Evolution happens in? That's what that is. No, evolution actually doesn't happen in the story of Dragon Ball. That's not canon. Boom. Canon matters. Canon matters. Otherwise, you're trying to fit pieces in that don't fit in. Now, non-canon things can still be made. And you can say, well, I could still enjoy something even if it was non-canon. And in that sense, it don't matter to you. Fine, that's cool. You can enjoy it. But that's an opinion. Whether or not this is a part of the story, it don't give a damn about whether or not you enjoyed it or not. This is factually what happens next. This is factually a part of this, that, and the third. So, yeah, Dragon Ball Daima is canon. Canon does matter, man. Canon is literally, hey, is this page? Hey, this page got ripped out of this book. This page go back in. Yep, that's connected. It go right here. Come on, bro. But you see how people try to find ways to stop the dots from connecting because they know it shows a picture of Dragon Ball GT cowering in the corner in front of its daddy Dragon Ball Super and the fan sitting in the back pointing and laughing, which is okay. It's okay. You know, this is a sport to certain people. Can't wait to see what's going to overturn, Dragon Ball development. Can't wait to see what's going to overturn what. And Dragon Ball GT, it met its fate. I think this is my first time actually playing with BoJack. Yeah, I didn't mean to do this. Oh well, good. You deflect. Dunk. Don't try it. Yeah, I thought I was out of there. Yeah, so, you got to really look at what's happening and listen to what people saying. Some people will try to act like they laughing at something just because they got clapped up. You got clapped up. If you laughing in response, then we can address that, but you ain't fooling nobody. You ain't fooling nobody. And here's the thing. People also think that they can use, I'll answer that, Bond Miller. Here's the thing. People also think that they can use the mechanics of how Super works to try and make GT inclusive of it. I'm sorry. That doesn't work for GT. Do you know why we know GT is in canon? Because Toriyama said so. Do you know why we know that the multiple branches of Super are canon? Because Toriyama said so. So if it ain't been said, then it ain't valid. Trust me. When it comes to whether or not something isn't connected to the series, they gonna tell you. They didn't say it wasn't connected. In fact, they told us Daima is in the same timeline that the Buu Saga happens in. Buu Saga happens in the same, not timeline, excuse me, let me correct that. In the same story, in the same continuity that the Buu Saga happens in. There is only one Buu Saga. There's no non-canon Buu Saga. That means it takes place in the same continuity. And they also told us Daima takes place right before Battle of Gods. What continuity does Battle of Gods take place in? The same one the Buu Saga takes place in. So he told us it takes place in between the Buu Saga and Battle of Gods. Have you ever heard him tell us, hey, this takes place right before GT? No, they never referenced GT in telling us a part in this timeline when something happens. They don't do that. GT, they didn't tell us, oh, it takes place before. Yeah, because, and that's wild. They told you it was in between two identifiable locations within the canon continuity, and niggas is still acting confused. So what niggas like Shavar Matner tried to do was try to, as soon as he saw Dragon Ball Super, and this is really, it really boils down to being butthurt. Y'all saw Dragon Ball Super got multiple lines that are canon. You saw that. And you felt like, why do they get that? If Dragon Ball Super can have that, why can't I have that? That's how you feel. You feel like if Dragon Ball Super can have the manga and this and that, then there's room for me to squeeze in and be in the room. Nope, they threw your ass out because Toriyama already explicitly stated that you are not connected to this continuity, that same continuity that do this, that, and the third with the manga. You are not there. You are not connected. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, we don't all get the same things. That's why people try that. Are there not multiple continuities in Super? In Super, they stated this. They said Super works like this. There is no that for the Buu Saga for Z. There is no that for Daima. There is no that for Super. Got that. And to be honest, some of the lines kind of describe the same thing, unless they was running side by side to turn them to power and a future trunks. But regardless, they told you all that is canon. They just mad that you didn't get what they got. Daima a few months after Buu, while Battle of Gods is 5 years after. Okay, Daima starts a few months after Buu. Okay, but actually, Daima's like a year after the Buu saga. So what? What point does, I mean, well, yeah, that's, what point, what point does that make? What point does it make? It makes no point. You know what I'm saying? It's right where it needs to be. It's snugged in between two identifiable locations of the canon story. You know the Buu Saga is canon, and you know Battle of Gods is canon. And you know that they both take place in the same continuity, in the same story. The same continuity Toriyama said Dragon Ball GT is not connected to. It didn't happen in the story that we've always followed. It don't exist. It didn't happen. That ain't real. That's not canon. However, then they told us Dragon Ball Super. Their Dragon Ball Super got multiple lines. And GT fans were like, nah, man. I mean, you could easily just let us be a. They could have if they wanted to, but Toriyama said no. Flat out. Toriyama said no. He didn't want that shit. So when he allowed them to work on, when he said, okay, GT is approved, we're gonna do this. We're gonna allow GT to be created, but it's not canon and it's not in the story. It didn't exist. It didn't happen. But I'm gonna allow y'all to work on this non-canon little story with blah blah blah. When he when he did that, he already knew this mess is not about to be in my actual story. This mess is never going to be in my actual story. So when people say, oh, well, Super Saiyan 4, who's Toriyama never told you Super Saiyan 4 wasn't an idea that he had. He just allowed somebody else to play with it in the non-canon blase blah and explicitly stated that what they was making and what they was doing over there didn't actually happen. So when the canons show you something, it's like, oh, so that's where GT got it. Oh, so that's which one of Toriyama's toys GT was talking about that he let him play with. Got it. So then you see the superior version because the canon is superior to non-canon. Okay, the canon go way harder unless you talk about Dragon Ball superheroes. Dragon Ball superheroes. Dragon Ball superheroes is made for the people. I feel like that's there for the comic book fans that want to keep invalidating Super because of nonsensical dialogue in comics that they want to use the power scale. Like I was talking about Omega Mark, Fire Force Mark, and he was talking about how he don't like power scaling, but he power scales all the time. He only expresses that he don't like power scaling when talking about Dragon Ball. So it's really just he hate the elements Dragon Ball has in its power scaling to substantiate itself, and he don't want you doing that, right? But that's not fair, right? Just like it's not fair that Dragon Ball GT fans talked all of that mess, and now they want to try to false copyright strike and do all of this nonsense because you know what I mean. I mean, I got GT fans that was literally talking about my offspring because Dragon Ball Super outclassed GT. Literally. Literally. That's how mad GT fans are about Super beating them. I didn't make it up. Don't run away from the mechans. Oof. Oh, wait. He said I ain't on the mechan. Why did I think that was Lord Slug down there? Am I blind? I done ran down there and got killed by a Gamma. Mm, mm. Ooh, he caught me trying to sidestep. Now he about to blast on me. Oof. All right, that's enough. Let's bring out 13. So I think fans want to know why Goku didn't use Super Saiyan 4 against Beerus. Sorry about people talking. Yeah, man. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, it's crazy that people try to do all that. You know, with the Beerus thing, let's be honest. Toriyama didn't create Daima, which is the reveal, which is the decision, which is, hey, official. They had these forms. He didn't do that until after. So the choices Toriyama left is that either Goku lied to Beerus and was getting ready to use Super Saiyan 4 but got knocked out too soon, or it's a retcon, or it's a retcon statement of the dialogue that Super Saiyan 3 was his strongest form. Well, you didn't ask that. You said, excuse me, my bad, I got confused. You asked why he didn't use it. Got knocked out too early. Trying to find some level of success before I'm out of cards to use. This is my last card that I got where I'm about to be maxed out. I got to try to find some form of success before I'm on my last card and I ain't even made him bleed or made him sweat yet, right? From Goku's perspective, I mean, y'all. So it's easy to substantiate. We all know that the Z Warriors is like this. So yeah, that's a fact. Understood. And it really boils down to people. That question really boils down to people wanting to say, I don't care, Toriyama, you don't have the right to make this known, because it don't matter what was said. It don't matter how it looked. Toriyama has officially given the confirmation. So, yeah, we have no choice but to say Goku got knocked out before he could use Super Saiyan 4. We have no choice unless they're going to include Super Saiyan 4 in the remaster, validating that, okay, Super Saiyan 4 got knocked out too, or it's going to stay validated as he got knocked out too early and never used it. But this is no different than asking why Goku got knocked out by Vegeta and didn't use Super Saiyan 3. And they later substantiated it and said, listen, I didn't think it would work. That's it. So when they say something, that's it. That's it. That's it. It's there. It's there. Yeah. Dragon Ball Super is doing like, Dragon Ball GT can't compare, man. They wasn't doing nothing in Dragon Ball GT. They wasn't developing. He said at best they might include manga panels in the Battle of God remaster. I don't think so. I think the remaster is 100% what happened before, but looking good. And if it's not, it's the inclusion of maybe Super Saiyan 4 in that Barra scene. Maybe they'll do that, but pretty sure it's just a remaster of animation that looked good. That's what it's been looking like. That's what it's been looking like. So yeah, it's a remaster. I know people are still, they can always please want GT in there, but we won already, man. We won, man. We know that Super Saiyan 4 is not, it's not comparable to Super Saiyan God. Thank goodness. Number three content did a video saying they done destroyed the legacy of Super Saiyan 4. And I'm like, they destroyed the legacy of Super Saiyan 4. Super Saiyan 4 ain't got no legacy. The canon dictate what Super Saiyan 4 actually is, since GT didn't have the authority to. You feel what I'm saying? GT don't have the authority to dictate what the truth of Dragon Ball is. They just gotta have fun and play with the toys. That's they just dare to have fun and play with the toys. Yeah, that's a Robin action figure. Yeah, that's a Batman action figure. But this fight that you happen talking about, yeah, my brother betrayed me. That ain't real. That ain't real. You having fun. Go ahead. Play with your toys. Baby infected. That didn't happen. But hey, if that was an idea that Toriyama, had a variation of in the canon, maybe one day we'll see what that little event was actually based off of in Toriyama's mind. Okay, boom. Okay. This is that. That shit over there, that's trash. This is blase blah. That's trash. But here we go, though. Under the context that the God forms are above no matter what. And in Dragon Ball GT, people like Baby was getting his ass beat by a Super Saiyan 4. He said, what would you see? I think you mean, what would you like to see in the Black Frieza saga? Okay, I'm glad you asked this. The Black Frieza saga. Okay, Black Frieza saga. In my personal opinion, Gohan and Piccolo stay home on Earth. That could potentially be the best thing for Goku, saying, when I'm not around, Gohan got the world protected, got the Earth protected. I say make it a movie, right? And then maybe animate the movie. Gohan stay on Earth to protect things. Goku and Vegeta end up going to Planet Sadala. We got the Planet Sadala arc. They meet who they want to meet. It teaches the Saiyans over there the massive amount of respect for who Vegeta is, because the Saiyans, aside from Cabba, the Caulifla and Kale, they kind of focused on Goku. But I think this need to be about Vegeta for the most part, right? It need to be some respect because he's going to meet the king. So it need to be a lot of respect given to, or a lot of respect in understanding who he is. And all of that is well and good. But for whatever reason, I say Black Frieza need to be up. Black Frieza pop up, which means this ain't, it don't just, and that's the bittersweet thing is you get the respect from the Universe 6 Saiyans, but if Frieza show up, you're going to get your ass beat in front of him. But if we can come up with a situation where something happened without that just being the case, like another big bad pop up that we all have to join forces and fight, which I said would probably either be Cooler or Perfect Cell Max. I hope it's not Perfect Cell Max. It ain't been enough time. I just, I think about when I saw them recording Goku and Gohan fighting, and it's like, this is they're scavengers for data and analyzing people's stuff, and you just let them record you fighting. So I think that could potentially return when they get their next come up. But I think that Black Frieza popping up, and as the Universe 6 Saiyans, they don't know Frieza is at the moment stronger than anybody that they ever seen. They don't know that Black Frieza, they don't know that, since he trained for 10 years in a room of spirit and time, this is why I said it's not just Black Frieza. Normal Frieza's gains Well, and by the way, Goku and Vegeta's gains drastically increased because Gogeta didn't one shot Broly. Whis told Goku and Vegeta that they were then stronger than anybody in the universe they had fought before, right before the Granola arc. So they both surpassed Broly. And Granola's clone was one shot in a Goku that was using UI movements in addition to his states. So Granola's clone can one shot Broly. Gogeta Blue didn't do that. So Goku and Vegeta's growth accelerated so crazily that they're stronger than what Gogeta Blue was in that movie easily. I'm not saying Gogeta Blue couldn't one shot Broly from the movie, but he didn't. So when you look at the level of power that Frieza would have after 10 years of training, that's 30 times the normal duration he spent in the 4 months of training. 30 times in the room of spirit and time. It's a wrap. You saw what 1 year can do to a person's gains in the room of spirit and time. This is Frieza's gains 30 times the 4 months in the room of spirit and time. By all account, his normal final form Frieza should be dunking anybody. This is why I say, well, I didn't see, I'm pretty sure it was final form Frieza that one shot of gas. I'm gonna keep it real with you though. A golden Frieza right now, a golden Frieza himself in final form more than likely is blowing Jiren away with his eyes closed, right? These guys are no match for him. So Frieza got some stuff to prove to everybody. If he pull up on Broly gonna get beat up. If he pull up on the other universes just to instill terror, I think Frieza should pop up and it should become a showdown involving that. But long story short, at the end of the movie, I think the Saiyans in our universe should be revived. I think that whatever they go through over there, because Frieza, it can't turn out into a fight that we finish with Frieza. Got to be forced to work with us or something like that, because Frieza's changed. Frieza ain't just our it ain't as cut dry as that. He ain't just our enemy no more. It's changed. He want to see us get our ass beat. He want to whoop on us and this, that, or the third. Maybe if you die in the course, cool, but he can resist the opportunity to put down Goku and Vegeta for other means. So I think that it's going to be the Planet Sadala. I think Planet Sadala is a movie. I think they need to revive the Saiyan race at the very end of the movie and allow them they second chance, just like how the Nameks is somewhere else distant. They need to revive the Saiyan race, potentially with the Super Dragon Balls, since it's been so much time, you wouldn't be able to bring them back. I hate how he grabbed them by their sides and throw them like that with Silent Assassin 13.
Not bad. It's mine.
Hold up. No shit.
Kill you. There you
Damn, that's what I get for being too greedy to land that one combo because it just ain't happening. Fuck it, let's just fight it.
Kakarot, I will end this quickly.
Oh man, nobody wants to hear him sound like Ichigo. Said I want Frieza to pull up, challenge Beerus to a fight with Goku and Co on the sidelines. So all-out fight, have Frieza win. One of his main goals. That's the thing. I like that idea, but I don't want it to result in Frieza once again being forced to be killed again because that's gonna be boring, right? I think that Frieza's been changing and he getting development, and that's more valuable. But I do want Frieza to beat up Beerus. I do want that. I like that idea. I've been thinking about that. But I don't think that, first off, I don't think that everybody deserved the. I think that if we fight Frieza, it need to pop up with another big bad that pop up that we got to work with Frieza on. Right? That's what I think should happen. The ideas that I'm okay with Frieza beating the mess out of Beast Gohan because Gohan got a new. See, Gohan's thing is he's back in it as far as his confidence, so he can now have fights in the sport. And the excuse, I think what they did was they took away Gohan's excuses. He can't use them no more. We can no longer say Gohan don't like to fight. We can no longer say like Gohan ain't. It's because he's not working, he's not training. Like, no, Gohan they don't want him being the warrior of excuses no more, right? They want Gohan's potential. They want Gohan's performances to really be Gohan's performances. This whole shtick of every time he fights, he would have won, but he couldn't win because he hadn't this, that, and the third yet. No, there is a such thing as losing your fights, and Gohan need to accept that so that he can really take his place among the warriors, right? And we need to see a confident Gohan actually acknowledge when people are better than him. We don't normally see that. This is why it always levels out as arrogance. I've seen Vegeta acknowledging people's potential, even like Vegeta acknowledging your potential when he can one shot flick you out and you're no match for him. It's like, this guy's really modest. At the same time, we know he know how to be arrogant. Well, it's not really arrogant, it's nobility, but he know how to be arrogant if he wanted to. But this Vegeta with all of this stuff is more modest than what Gohan is. When Gohan is confident in his abilities, he don't really give credit to nobody else. Have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen when Gohan is confident in his abilities, him actually think that somebody else can mess with him, or him actually think that, or him just giving you credit for being stronger than him when that don't happen? If Gohan is confident, he need to feel like he is the absolute number one. And that's the thing about being a warrior. They be confident even when they encounter something that's way beyond them. They be excited about it. Like Vegeta told Granola, all I desire is a fair fight. He got out of there.
Change it there. Admit you're good.
What the hell? That looked like it was way on top of. Man, get your ass out of here, slug. God, all these giants. Maybe Frieza find survivors of special race during his training that made gods afraid. Gods thought they'd kill that race. He tried to keep me from hitting max power, so he keep trying to. No, we're not about to let that happen. I'm beating his ass. Finally broke through. Finally broke through. Get out of here. Let's go.
My revenge is nigh. Dead soul. It will absorb everything.
Let my nigga out the dead zone. Look, dog, that kind of pissing me off. Let's be big. Good show, man. I appreciate you. Man, they always do that shit. Just vanish you and send you back flying again. You approach him, vanish. Get your ass up out of here. Yeah, man. It's a lot. It's a lot that you could talk about. Uh,
This is it! The long-awaited finals are here!
if this is Giant Piccolo, I'm gonna be pissed off because they keep making me fight giant characters and they think they slick. Okay, I was about to say, let's go. I mean, it ain't difficult to fight them. It's just boring. Like, ain't nobody having fun fighting a giant character. I mean, I don't even have fun playing as them. Mm, mm, mm. Ooh.
I'll take you down in one shot. Where are you going? Get back here! Be gone! You'll be feeling this one! It's futile! Take it! Over here! Take it! Just stand aside! How's this? You're ready. Your king demands restitution. You're ready. More merriment awaits.
We're trying to avoid it.
My clan reigns supreme. Your king demands restitution. Dare strike in my way. This is mere child's play. More merriment awaits.
Jenny Lawfer, how you doing? I'm doing all right. I'm on here trying to. I ain't played this game in a while. Really, we just been talking about GT, the Dragon Ball Super Squad. Absolutely celebrating the dub because the remaster is coming back. You know, and just basically discovering which content creators are not only mad, but so mad about it that they kind of overreacting. Like, yeah, we've had some. Yeah, we've had a lot of people. You know, I don't know how many people are aware, but Dragon Ball Super is bad. Yeah, we got a lot of people upset about the return of Dragon Ball Super and switched up a lot of their arguments, but it seemed like a dub from the Dragon Ball fan perspective.
How naive. I may need recruits. I'll kill you.
Yeah, I've been playing GT. I've been playing Grand Theft Auto 5. Um, you know, I play it every now and then. It's hard to play Grand Theft Auto 5 without immediately crying about the delays of Grand Theft Auto 6.
How about a round of applause for both fighters?
There we go. Grand Theft Auto 5 is your favorite game. I don't know if you are you excited about GTA 6? Because I need Grand Theft Auto 6 out.
The whole world has their eyes on the Cell Games. The fight for the fate of the world begins now.
Yeah, we need GTA 6 out already. I'm hoping that it come out this year, but like I think we all at the point where we don't even trust them, where we just feel like there's gonna be another delay, ain't it?
Fine. Who wants some?
This is the last chance for any loser to leave with their lives. It's time to fight!
Who did hit me on
I'll
17?
take you on. Do your worst.
The whole world has their eyes on the Cell Games. The fight for the fate of the world begins now.
Oh, it seems you need to finish this in one go.
He must have deflected it after I shot it.
Oh, it seems you mean to finish this in one go.
Brace yourself.
You're getting a
How will this battle shake?
Stay down. What's wrong? Not bad. Take this.
Nigga. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
I better make a move. Pronto.
Time to finish this.
You think he just gonna keep shooting me?
Brace yourself. Kinda hoping you'll go down with this one.
Whoa, maybe I'll check things out a little bit further away.
Whooped him with glory, y'all. Yeah, y'all, for those of y'all who've been wondering, um, basically, we ask everybody. You know, we don't even
Only a few matches in the tournament
deal
left,
with
folks.
people
It's time for the
unless,
semifinals.
we under the impression that,
All right, you're going down.
look, maybe that's a conversation for actual video to not do on stream. But it's been a lot of things that we've been dealing with from the BBL brothers, the Contamination guys, BBL Sasuke and BBL Shogun. It's been a lot of them niggas trying to create a problem. Anyway, I mean, I was getting fake profile messages. Like this guy was posing as, like using women profiles to, like, come on, man, to message me to try it. Like that's how desperate these guys actually were. So, it didn't matter to me because I knew I had already won. Um, I literally showcased what I was talking about. Let's go. PC lock. PC lock. PC lock. Hit him. Hit him. I swear it sounded like he said, hey, hold up. Yeah, man. Just terrorizing the super haters.
Try not to die too quickly, please. Now, start fighting.
Nigga said, I said my piece.
I don't hold back against
My last video was Dragon Ball Super. It's never going to return. And now look, Dragon Ball Super returned, and you crying because a nigga noticed it. Like, nigga, shut your bitch ass up. Come on, let's go.
You won't survive this time.
Not bad. Oh, I'm just getting started. Just warming up. That it? Playtime's
You won't survive this time. No.
not bad.
You won't survive this time.
That does it. I'm putting an end to this. You're not walking away from this one.
Now you're going down.
No mercy.
Too slow. Too slow.
That does it. I'm putting an end to this.
I didn't even mean to do that.
That it? Electricity's got all kinds of uses.
You won't be able to outrun me.
Man, he keep piecing me up perfectly with moves right at the right time. Like that nigga was just on move duty with his bitch ass.
What a shameful way to
I'll have to try that again and beat his ass for real, because that lightweight irritated me. That nigga just kept running from the hands every time and using moves. Bitch ass Glorio. Let's go. Let's beat his ass real quick, y'all. We're gonna take a brief intermission to talking about the hot shit on GT getting clapped up. We're gonna beat Cell ass real quick with Glorio real fast. Let's go. All that running that nigga did.
This is the last chance for any loser to leave with their lives. It's time.
Let's go. You getting the Glorio mode. Let's you getting the Glorio mode.
Oh, it seems you need to finish this in one go. Allow myself to lose to you. Oh, it seems you need to finish this in one go.
No escape. Not bad.
I wonder, how will this battle shake?
Kinda hoping you'll go down with this one.
Got you.
Kinda hoping you'll go down with this one. Oh, I'm just getting started.
How will they dodge this one?
Oh, I'm just getting started. You're moving too much. They're right there.
That Sparkcade shit happens real slow.
Sorry I had to pull out all the stops on you. You're not dead, right?
Dropped. All right, let's go to the next one. On our way back up there to Cell. Since he dropped me the first time, let's get up there.
Actually starting to get fun.
Hold up, Gohan, don't get in my way.
Which one of you will prove themselves worthy of fighting?
The whole world has their eyes on the Cell games. The fight for the fate of the world begins now.
Oh, it seems you mean to finish this in one go.
Not bad.
Oh, it seems you mean to finish this in one go.
Let's go.
I wonder, how will this battle shake?
Oh, I'm just getting started.
He teleported me. It's too close to him. They teleport those.
Make a move pronto. Brace yourself. Oh, I'm just getting started.
Oh, harsh blow. How will they dodge this one?
You good? You ain't...
Sorry I had to pull out all the stops on you. You're not.
Cell, let's get it.
Try not to die too quickly, please. Now,
Let's get it.
start fighting.
All right, you're going down.
He was playing Cell.
Too slow. Too slow.
Better Z counter. Better Z counter.
Oh, I'm just getting started.
You better do something.
Here's more.
Mm.
Too slow.
Let's go. Kinda hoping you'll go down with this one. see you dance. Here's more. Get wrecked. I gotta make a move. Pronto.
Too slow.
Kinda hoping you'll go down with this one. That ought to make you think twice about picking a fight with me.
Yeah, boy. Gotta pay attention, man. You gotta pay attention to what niggas is really upset about when they start complaining, right? When they start complaining, that's what you know what they upset about. When I say, hey, man, y'all niggas do talk about Dragon Ball. Shut up, lying. And the nigga came out the woodwork threatening to destroy my entire channel if I ever mentioned him again, but had already mentioned me. Oh, yeah, you don't like being mentioned. Got it. Good. I'll keep doing it. Right? But not because, like, I'm not watching their content. I don't even look at that shit. I just know that they're watching everything I say, and me, that makes them fans. Me, that makes them fans. Right.
challengers. Any fighters out there who think they've got what it takes?
Have all the fighters from every universe arrived?
All right, we back, y'all. My bad.
Which of your universes will survive?
My bad. We back though. Do y'all think that it's normal for two homies to call each other best friend in the text messages? I'm asking that genuinely. Is that normal? Do you guys message your homies and be like, "Hey, best friend. Hey, best friend." Oh, my dearest friend. My dearest friend.
All right, time to get to work.
The first match is about to begin. I hope you've completed all of your preparations.
Everybody's ready for this! Has the tournament of power starts
More games. X power away.
Can't look away from the action!
Keep on trying. You're falling into my trap.
Wow! This looks awfully one-sided. Dear, that was hard to watch.
I'll shut you up for good. You're wide. I'll shut you up for good. Behold my newfound evolution!
Time is slipping away. Better hurry.
Idiot! Mediocre! You have some skill.
Your attack has my temptations.
Over here!
Don't you dare go easy on me.
missed that one.
You're mine!
Not. Don't you dare go easy on me. You're in my way.
You can't win.
I'll reduce you to nothing but dust. You are dead. My, how terribly dull. There is nothing left for you except death! I'll send you straight to hell!
Dear, that was hard to watch. Wow! This looks awfully one-sided.
You're incapable, I got this! Nope! Don't you dare go easy on me.
Seems rather effective.
Don't hook What a shame. Now I'll no longer be able to see your helpless little face.
The winner of this match will go on to fight in the finals. Do your best, everyone!
Well, you certainly know how to irritate me. I'll give you that.
Let's have a good fight. No holding back. I hope everybody's ready for this. Cause this tournament of power starts now! Wow! This looks awfully one-sided. Wow! This looks awfully one-sided. Oh dear, that was hard to watch. The fire!
Oh my. Perhaps I can recommend you.
I can't look away from the action! Yes! Wait! Nice try!
Aren't you strong?
Dear, that was hard to watch.
You're mine!
Now for the fun part.
Wow! Looking pretty strong!
Time is slipping away. Better hurry.
Just standard business. Try not to hold it. I won't fall.
predictable and slow. I'll crush you! You're pathetic! I swear, everyone's been spoiled by too much peace and quiet.
It's time for the finals! Who's gonna win? I'm so excited!
After all my training and
I hope everybody's ready for this! The Tournament of Power starts now! Wow! This looks awfully one-sided!
let us join
Wow!
forces.
This looks awfully one-sided!
You don't look so good. Seems my power was a bit much.
Dear, that was hard to watch. I can't look away from the action!
This is hysterical! Escape. Get dizzy!
Lovely.
I'll handle this alone.
Time is slipping away. Better hurry.
Over here! Over here! Don't give up! Let's see who's stronger.
That's it! Oh dear, that was hard to watch.
I can't complain about that one. But it could have been quicker. If I could control this.
Congratulations! You're the champion!
The fiercest fighters have gathered here today!